Let's continue our discussion of relationship between arrays and pointers. I have a main program here in which an array, an integer array, is declared and initialized. Also, I have defined a function, print array, that receives an integer array and its size and simply prints the elements of the array. I can go to the main program and call this function, print array, and send the list as well as its size 5 as arguments to that function, and then have the array printed. As you can see here, there's the array 27193 correctly printed. Now the purpose of this program is to show you that whenever a function receives an array as a parameter, we can always replace it by a pointer parameter. So instead of having an array as a parameter here, I can actually have an integer pointer parameter. A parameter name could be anything. I'll pick A, because the name of an array basically is a pointer to the starting element. We can run this program now and see that the same output will be displayed right here, 27193. The next topic we want to discuss here is go over the built-in functions that use pointers and apply to array. For that, I've defined the function ArrayF that receives two parameters, an integer array and the size of the array. One of the functions that we want to go over is minElement. This function is defined in the algorithm header file, so you must include algorithm in order to use this function. MinElement function receives two parameters. The first one is a pointer to the beginning of the array, and the second one is a pointer to the end of the array, and basically returns a pointer to the minimum element in the array. So in your program, you should declare an integer pointer to receive the location or address of this minimum element. And then we can print the minimum element using dereferencing. So I can go to the main and call this array function, ArrayF, send it the list again, as well as the size of it, which is 5, right there, and then run the program. The program will call the ArrayF, send list as a parameter and its size, finds the location of the minimum element. By location, I mean the address in the memory of the minimum element in the array, returns it, and then by dereferencing we look at that minimum element, which should be 1. So we'll run this program, and here it is. The minimum element in the array is equal to 1. And then we also have the function maxElement. Similarly, I can declare an integer pointer, let's call it max, and then call up the function maxElement in the algorithm header file, send the address of the beginning element of the array as well as the last element, which would be a plus size, and then that function will find the address of the maximum element in the array, returns it, and then we can actually then have it printed here. So max is equal to, and then we have, by dereferencing, we can take a look at the max element. Let me just, there's a string here, and here is dereferencing max. So once again, if I run this program, we'll have both the maximum and minimum element in the array printed. So here is the array, and the max element is 1, minimum element is 1, and the maximum element is 9 in the array, correctly found. There's also another function called sort. We can actually call the function sort also in the algorithm header file. And then the sort function receives again the starting address of the array, which is A in our case, and then ending address, which is A plus size. And this function basically sorts the list from the smallest to the largest. And here I can actually, now that the array is sorted, let me actually have this sort called after this cout. Not that it matters, I just feel that's a better approach. And then once the array is sorted, I can call up this print array and print it. Print array and send A, which is our array right now, the name of the array right now, and the size of it, which is, I can send size here. So the sort function sorts the array, and then the print array will print it for us. So let's run this and verify that this is taking place. And here it is. The minimum element, maximum element, and then the sorted array. Right. There's also other functions such as find and shuffle in algorithm header file that applies to arrays.